Hey everyone, how's it going? Hurst Quayzar here. Welcome to Quayzar's Customs. We're doing some movie cars, and today, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we are doing a C1 Corvette from the movie Tango and Cash. Now I know I think I've done a couple of these actually, but this one comes to us from Jeffery Scott. Big shout out to him. So this is Cash's Corvette that was in the movie. Probably wasn't seen too much in the movie, but nonetheless, he did have this in the movie. I remember this movie being, I don't remember, I'll say this, I don't remember this movie well, but I do remember the fact that because it was Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone in this movie, it was really big back in the 80s, and because it was two big stars in one movie. I know anymore it's ridiculous to think of no more than a half a dozen stars in a movie, but back then you only had like one big star and everybody else was like, yeah, they were like mediocre actors or whatever. But I remember this being really big, at least in my eyes, because you had two major actors in the movie doing this. So what is this movie about? Well, Tango and Cash are both police officers in LA, and for the most part they're good cops, but they're kind of competitive, I guess, to try to be the #1 cop in the district or in the city. So they're both really good cops in that aspect. Unfortunately, they make enemies with a guy, and this guy basically sets them up and gets them thrown in jail. So they end up having to work together to get out of jail and find this clown and clear their names. So yeah, kind of a typical storyline, right? Two people who never worked together before have to work together to get out of a sticky situation, right? Yeah. So there you have it. That's pretty much what the gist is of the movie. And yes, Sylvester Stallone was in this movie. Yes, he did do other movies other than Rocky. So yeah, sorry to break your hearts on that one, but yeah, he has done other movies other than Rocky. We did do Cobra. He was in Cobra, so if you want to check out that video, I'll throw it up in the corner there. Cobra was a big movie back then. He was played another cop in that movie. Kurt Russell did other movies other than Fast and Furious. He's Mr. Nobody, right? He's Mr. Nobody in Fast and Furious, but I mean, he's played all kinds of movies. He's played alongside Goldie Hawn. What was that movie? Oh, Overboard. Played Escape from New York. Does anyone remember Escape from New York? I mean, that was like the apocalyptic Manhattan Island movie of all time there. I think that was a pretty cool movie myself. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to look that up sometime. Brings back a lot of memories. Alright, anyway, let's get to working here. Alright, so I got this thing out of the junkyard, as you can tell, and it was, for the most part, in very serious shape. There wasn't any part of the engine that I could salvage. I did try. So unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to have to go with an all new block on this, and we can't replace the block, so that's okay. Solid rear axle, where are you? Do those. Oh, I need to get a fuel tank. Let's try to think of some other Kurt Russell movies. I know he's been in. He was in Death Proof. That's right, Death Proof. Got that Nova in this series, so check that out. So yeah, we've pretty much, for the most part, have covered most of those hardline movies for these actors, which is actually pretty cool. So both of them come together in this movie for Tango and Cash. Now Tango, he's like the sophisticated guy, right? He's, suit and tie, and I think he drives a Mercedes. Actually, I'll have to check to see if we have that in this. I wonder if we have that. I'll have to check that out. But first, let me see what we have here. Okay, these are 16-inch wheels, 205 70s. So 205 70s. Vintage we'll see. No, we'll go. Okay, these are 205s, right? 70 series. I think this is a square setup, so I'm going to go ahead and get 4 of these. Yeah. And then for the rims themselves, these are pretty much a stock rim on a Corvette, and what I'm going to use is pretty close to what it is. So we're going to get 4 of these at 16, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to leave them the way they are. Actually, I was going to chrome them up a little bit, but I think I'm going to leave them the way they are, especially with these wheels and tires. So let's go ahead and mount these up. So how is everyone doing? I hope this video is finding everyone happy and healthy. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm up to 500 subscribers. Thank you very much for all of that. Damn, messed that up. So thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. The market is kind of crazy these days because we've got all kinds of people, all kinds of YouTube channels out there, and I'm very honored to have you as a subscriber, definitely. So as these are cooking up here, let me get rid of some of these parts. I think that'll do it. Yeah, see, I thought about chroming it because this silver right around the corner right here would turn into a chrome, but I think you'd lose part of the look of the wheel. I really think you'd lose part of the look, so I think we're going to leave it as it is. And as that's messing around, we will go ahead and start doing some of this stuff here. Get the fuel tank in. I'm going to give her a little bit of a goose. I think what I'm going to do with this one is to keep most of it original looking on the outside and giving it some performance parts on the inside. I kind of like doing that. Gives this car a stock look and feel from the outside, and a little bit of a sleeper mode, if you know what I mean. So what was I talking about? Oh, Tango. Tango is played by Sylvester Stallone, and he's the suit guy. He's he's the sophisticated cop. He's the play by the books kind of guy. Cash is played by Kurt Russell, and he's not so much by the books. He gets the job done and doesn't really care about whose toes he steps on to get the job done. So that's just the way it is. It's almost kind of like I don't know, Starsky and Hutch, right? Starsky and Hutch. I think Hutch was more of a by the book kind of guy, and Starsky was like he was the wild child, So I think the movie came out in like 1989. That's probably before a lot of people around here were born. Honestly, I was in the Navy, so I was already grown up and out of the house by then. I remember seeing it in the theater. I think it was with another movie too. It was like I don't remember what the other movie was though. Oh my gosh. Actually, it was like a double feature in a theater. It was kind of crazy. You wouldn't even think of that happening around anymore as a double movie in a movie theater. But yeah, I think I watched it with another movie. I just don't remember which the other movie was. I don't even think I actually stayed for the other movie, to be quite honest with you. I was probably done and wanted to get out of there. Alright, so I got everything set up. Yes, so I can dump that. Yeah, dump those headlights, I don't need them. I'll get another set later. Alright, so yeah, that looks pretty cool. I wish these white walls were a little thinner and had some black in between the rim and the white wall. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the next version of this game, if there is ever going to be another version of this game. One can only wish. I am seeing, as I was doing right before I jumped on, Occupy Mars. That looks kind of interesting. If you're interested in that, it's the prologue is free to play over on Steam. So get your hands on that if you want something kind of crazy like that. I may even check it out myself. So just happened to see it before I jumped on here. I should have downloaded it before I hit the record button, but that's all right. Possibly get at it later. Always thinking about playing some sort of a new game, and then I always come back to this stuff here, the car mechanic simulator, my summer car. My summer car for me was a stretch, I'll say, because it just seemed like from the reviews and watching some of the videos, just it's very quirky, and it was a stretch for me to even consider downloading it, let alone play it. But I'm glad I made that leap because I really enjoyed it. This was a little bit like that. I was afraid I was going to get bored with it within the first couple of hours of playing it. And now look, I've got, oh dear, what, 300 videos? Maybe? It's probably not that much, but I've got a ton of videos for Car Mechanic Simulator, so my channel does not lack in content for this game. That's for sure. I won't say it's great content, but it's content all the same. I do try to do some. Did do a couple of tutorials to try to help people out, and I mean that was the name of the game at that point, was to try to help people out, because it's a fun game. And as long as people understand how to use the editor, it can be a whole lot more fun. You start designing your own cars and stuff like that, and it just becomes a whole different game altogether. No lie. So if you haven't toyed with the editor, I highly encourage you to at least give it a shot. How's that? Alright, we're getting into the nuts and bolts of this right here. Oh, look at this. This is messed up. So, yeah, typical stuff here. I think I've got everything I need. And we'll start putting together, oh, there we go. Tablet. And our shopping list here. Oh, let's see. Bottom suspension arm. Check. Brakes. I need a caliper. Cylinder. Ventilated discs and pads. There we go. Front axle cover. Front steering knuckle C. Cross member D. Geez, the cross member is an expensive piece, that's for sure. Inners, outers, rubber bushings. V-links, bearings, caps. There we go. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's sell off my rotten stock in here. Now that's done. Get rid of the springs. Get rid of the tires here in a minute. Alright, and we are done with that piece. Yeah, I like these old vets, and especially this one. Let's see, I do believe this is not a Gollywog vet. This is, hang on, who did this vet? Maybe, yeah, I believe this is Lit's Corvette, to be honest with you. So Lit and Gollywog have Corvettes in the workshop, so by all means, get over there and download them. Gollywog's has got like a red interior on it, which is beautiful for the one movie I did, and it was perfect. That's what I needed. I needed the red interior. Of course, we have black seats, so that kind of ruined it, but you know, as much of the red as I could get out of it, I got out of it. So that was pretty cool. There, you. So yeah, I have done a couple of these Corvettes. Let's see, the one red one I did was for True Lies. So it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, so we did True Lies. I guess I can say it now. The white one that we did was from the movie Heavy Metal. It was an animated movie. Got a lot of great responses from that one. Thank you very much for that. That was a lot of fun to do that one. Oh, I'm missing a bushing. Did I get the back one? Yes, sir. Yes, I did. Get those some back here. You know, I preached every time that during the story modes that, you know, always do the bushings first, and here I am screwing up. So we were talking other movies that the actors have done. So Stallone has done quite a few other movies, you know, besides Rocky, and Cobra, of course. He did the First Blood movies, you know, the Vietnam War veteran that comes back shell-shocked and gets in trouble with the law, basically. So yeah, First Blood. Or no, not First Blood, it's Rambo. Rambo was the name of the movie. First Blood, I think, is like one of the movies, one of the series of Rambo movies. All right, you are done. You are done. I don't think I have any. Might as well take this interior piece out. That's not what I want to do, dude. Okay, got that off. We'll go ahead and take the trunk off. I think I've got all the pieces off of here, all cleaned out. Get the RAS nets out. Alright, let's take care of these pieces in here. And then we'll jump on the engine, get this body taken care of. Alright, I think I even fixed the trunk on this. That's cool. And hey, what do you know? I was able to salvage the radiator. One of the few parts I've been able to keep. So this is done. I think the trunk goes on. Yep, there we go. And let's get the welder over there. Get the interior cleaner over there so we can clean out any rat's nests that we may find. You know, I kind of like, I like this color blue, and I think this blue is going to end up being another car that I have on another profile. I like this blue. I don't know, there's some red in there. No, it does. This doesn't come apart. So this is lit. This is lit. So we're good. We're good. I didn't want to give credit where credit wasn't due, but I think this is lit. Alright, interior. What was the seat? A roulette. So let's go ahead and pick up the interior pieces for this while we're over here. Get ourselves a roulette seat. Seat row. No, that's seat bandit. Seat Cuda. Seat roulette. Those are actually nice looking seats. And I think it's like a classic wood grain steering wheel for this. Is there any wood grain in there? I don't think there is. Let's see. I am thinking it's a three-pronged steering wheel. So let's go see what we have here. I was thinking something like this, but I think this is the Bowen steering wheel. I think it's probably really close to it. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go with the cape. We're gonna go with the cape looking steering wheel. That looks like a classic Chevrolet looking. Oh no, not that one. Yeah, that actually looks like a classic Chevrolet steering wheel right there. And oh, it's kind of a little deep onto the steering column there, but that's okay. Alright, I think we've got that. Okay, just to make sure it's Corvette. Alright, because what I need to do is I need to go get body parts, and when I do, I don't want to mix them up with Gollywog's C1 Corvette. So, and there's so many Corvettes as far as mods. It's kind of hard to differentiate between some of them sometimes. So, let's look at Corvette. And see everything that says C1, that is Gollywog's for sure. So we are going to bypass those. Anything that says a C1, we're going to go back. Then it gets into a C2. Go down a little bit farther here. Some of the newer Corvettes, of course. This might be the oh, here we go. This is it's just called a plain Chevrolet Corvette. So I think we've got it here. Front Corvette, front bumper. Okay, yeah, we got this. Both the doors, windows, hood, light, tail lights, rear, headlights. Now the only thing I don't need is the trunk, so we'll skip that. And it goes into another set of Corvette parts. So I believe we have this. Starting to look like a Corvette, ladies and gentlemen. It is starting to come together. Frame condition, total body condition, global body conditions only 75%. What am I missing? Rear license plate. Oh, side mirrors. Okay. Okay, now where is it at? 87%. Okay. So we don't have the front light. Okay, so the license plates on here. I did catch it. I did see a picture of this. So we're going to go with California license plates because they are LAPD. Right? Two of them. And his name is Gabe Cash. So it's G Cash. G money. You know, get it? So yeah. G Cash it is. And we got it right. We got it going on now. Okay, am I showing 100%? Yes. All right, now we just need to get the engine worked on. Straight up, which one is this? Unfortunately, I've got the version that doesn't have any swap options. This is fine. I got the two carb overhead valve. That is fine with me. I like that engine. I like it a lot. I like building it, so that is going to be a fairly easy piece to take care of. So we are going to jump into the engine pieces here, and we are going to start collecting what we need. The C1 vet is probably my favorite of all the vets. I like the dual headlights on them. This is just to me, this is a classic Corvette in my eyes. This is the Corvette to have. If I ever own a Corvette, this is the vet I would own, hands down. Let's see, clip B, a couple of those, crankshaft. Kind of getting ahead of myself, but that's okay. Jump down, because I know we can get a set of nice heads in the performance shop, so that's where we're going to go for that stuff. I think I'm going to keep with the red fuel filter. I think I'm going to keep with the red theme on the outside, of the engine, because this will be an all-black car. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I have a two carb intake in the performance shop, but I'm going to grab that just in case. Just in case I don't. Oil pan, rings. Fan, definitely. Rocker arms. Of course, with this engine, we have the rocker arms and the rods. So we'll have to take care of that. There's that one, and there's the other one. Timing chain, of course. Cover. Got the cover. Push rods. All right, gearbox stuff. We need that. I didn't forget it, did I? And I'm going to jump over here and get this stuff while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so the engine. That's we get that one. Where's the camshaft overhead valve? There we go. 2 carbs. Nope, not 3 heads, 2. 2 heads are better than 1. That's what they say. Set of headers, fuel filter, ignition coil, distributor cap, rotor. We're gonna get a set of wires for it. Yep, they do have the intake in here, so that's a bonus. All 8 pistons, power steering. That. Definitely need the spark plugs. All right, I believe. Giving it a think. I believe we have all the parts to do this with. So let's do it. Of all the engines, I believe this is probably my favorite, the dual carburetor overhead valve V8. It's just a cool looking engine. I've used this in several of my builds. Mostly the old muscle car builds like the Chevy 2, the Novas, Pontiacs, all those. It's just a nice looking engine underneath the hood, to be honest. Okay, we're going to get this all. Remember, I typically get this distributor in and get it all clipped up before I get everything else on, because it just becomes a hassle trying to get at these clips after you get the intake on. Now realistically, this would not be the way you would build an engine, but hey, this is Car Mechanics Simulator. No one's giving me a hard time about it yet, so you know. And the fan. Okay, with that done on the front end of the engine, we'll go to the back here. Get the clutch pressure plate and throw out bearing all installed. Then we'll flip it over and take care of the underneath. There we go. Yes, and now that I have you upside down, we can take care of these pieces in here. As I said earlier, I hope everyone is happy and healthy. This is starting to get really boring. I mean, come on, it's been since March for me anyway. It's getting a little loopy because you really don't. My wife and I don't really go anywhere, so it's like it gets to be really, really boring. This is my only outlet, I guess, is playing games, talking to you guys, and trying to find a hobby for my wife might be a challenge. She probably needs a hobby because she's going stir crazy herself. And no, she's not into gaming, so don't even ask that. Alright, this is coming together a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. It seems like time's flying. Alright, we got that done. Now, if we had to torque all these bolts down, it would have taken a lot longer than this, but hey. I'm happy not to torque. You know, Wrench is a game that's out there, but for some reason I feel like you start to lose a little bit of the fun. Games are supposed to meant to be fun, not, you know. Oh, okay. My summer car isn't like fun. It's kind of frustratingly fun. It's kind of a different kind of fun. But when you start like let's see. My best example was NASCAR. When NASCAR first came out on a PC, it was very simple. You know, you had to make sure you had gas. You watched your tire wear. Boom, that was it. You know, I think that was about it. There wasn't a whole lot. I think you can adjust the toe in, toe out, caster and camber, and that was about it. It's very low key. Man, check out the new NASCAR games now. You have to figure out the aerodynamics, weight distribution, wedges. It's gotten more realistic, but I feel like once the game has gotten more realistic for an average person at games, you start boring them to death. You want it to be fun. You want it to be a little challenging, but you want it to be fun most of all. But that is my opinion of those types of games. So now that I've had you this long, you tell me your opinion. What did you think video games should be? Should they be fun and entertaining, or should they be so complex that it's almost real life? Let me know down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. And if I don't hear anybody, I know they didn't watch the video. Haha. No, but seriously, after seeing 500 subscribers, I'm actually really shocked. again, thank you all for subscribing and watching the videos. I really appreciate the support. Feel free to share these videos across the internet, and I'd love to get even more. I'd love to hit that 1,000 mark before the end of the year, but I don't think that's going to happen. I can be optimistic, though. I can be optimistic. There we go. I was holding my breath on the last few pieces. So there we go. We've got that all done. Let's take that off there. Let's put her in our Tango Cash Corvette. G Cash. G money. Alright, we're going to pick up a couple pieces here. We're going to pick up a drive shaft, and we're going to pick up transmission. I'm not sure of the exhaust system I need underneath here, but we'll find out here in a minute. Oh, maybe I don't need an exhaust system at all. This does not have an exhaust system. This is open header time. Oh, I forgot to buy a starter. Alright, well, I don't have any exhaust system to speak of per se, so that's fine. Just makes this video just a little bit shorter. Come on. There we go. Whew, trying to get that right combination of clicks with my fingers. Alright. Drop you down. One thing I forgot to do. Let's pop you open. Let's put some oil in the engine. Oh. These buttons ought to like depress every time you click on it. That would be cool. Alright, let's take you over to the spray booth. You know, I've done a couple of cars in black, and I really like the whole gloss effect when you take it to chrome. But I think for this instance, I think we're just going to leave it metallic. We're going to leave it at that. Now let's throw it over there on a dyno. And without an exhaust system, see what kind of numbers this thing throws down. Yes, please. I would like to perform the dyno. Alright, well, we've got it over 500 horsepower, but 656 pounds of torque. Look at that. Holy smokes. Nice. Alright, well, there we have it. The Tango Cash C1 Corvette. That's owned by Kurt Russell in the movie Gabe Cash. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And by all means, hit me up with some comments down below. Let me know. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until later, this is Hurst Quayzar saying have a good night, and I am out.